Well, the world's biggest democratic election is underway in India, where almost half of the 800 million plus people taking part are women. But despite the outcry over the gang rape and murder of a young woman on a bus in Delhi in 2012, advocates say the current government has done little to actually improve the lives of women. Stephanie March reports from New Delhi.
She's a rare sight in this part of the world. Sunita Chowdhury is Delhi's only female rickshaw driver, and today she's on the campaign trail. She's running for office in this year's general elections on a platform of improving women's rights.
Women fear coming out of their houses.
It's been more than a year since the brutal gang rape and murder of a young student on a bus in Delhi sparked nationwide protests demanding more security and respect for women.
Boys always get preference over girls, but the thing is that both boys and girls should be treated equally.
The government responded to the gang rape by increasing penalties for rapists and putting more police on the street, but sexual violence continues.
The number of reported rapes in Delhi doubled in the year to October. Women's groups say that's because increasing security is the wrong approach.
By putting CCTV cameras, surveillance in every public bus, we are missing the point altogether. We do not wish to strengthen the state. The idea is to strengthen our rights.
Vrinda Grover is a women's rights lawyer and sits on the task force for a $170 million fund set up by the government after the rape, designed to improve the lives of Indian women.
There are women who have suffered sexual violence or acid attacks or other forms of grievous crimes who need money for medical help, who need safe spaces, shelter homes where they can go to when they are facing abusive and violent relationships.
But so far, none of the money has been spent.
The hold-up that is being projected is bureaucratic. The actual reason underlying it is a complete lack of political will and the absence of political faith and conviction that women deserve equal rights in this country.
Hundreds of women like Sunita Chowdhury are expected to contest this year's election, but historically women don't fare well in Indian polls. Only 11% of the MPs in India's current parliament are female, a lower proportion than in Afghanistan and Pakistan. A bill to reserve 33% of India's parliamentary seats for women failed to pass the lower house last year. In 2012, out of the rich G20 nations, India was ranked the worst place to be a woman. In the lead up to this year's poll, Sahasini Haidar hosted a television series called The Power of 49, looking at what issues matter to the women who make up 49% of the voting population.
I think the problem is really that what they say in their campaign promises, as little as it is something that doesn't become their biggest priority when they come to power.
Leaders from the two major parties, the Congress and the BJP, have spoken about the need to get more women into the workforce and improve education for girls. But neither has given specific details of how they'd make that happen. Sahasini Haidar says that sadly she feels most political leaders don't understand what women are looking for.
One political leader whom we spoke to said very simply, I don't believe any of these are political issues, that the equality of women is essentially a societal issue, and you can't expect me to know what is on every man's mind and what he expects to do, and you can't expect me as the government to do more than punish him. And we were quite startled by that statement.
But the response from women was more positive.
You saw the kind of response seems to indicate that women are not willing to accept that their issues be left in the shadows anymore.
Something not all politicians may understand, but something they may need to if they want to attract female voters.
If women are treated respectfully, then that in turn would mean respect for our country.